Ryan, and welcome back to Treatment. We're joined again by Reagan, and today we're going to be talking about cups. Cupping elicits a big response when I'm having a conversation about it, and I've always wanted to try that, and what does it do? So this video's aim is to explain the what does it do portion of cupping. So two concepts that we're going to go over are reverse pressure or suction. And then also we're going to talk very, very briefly about the human body's natural relationship to suction anyway, as it relates to our internal systems. But first, the reverse pressure or suction. If you think about it, all modalities in massage therapy, chiropractic, physical therapy, most of occupational therapy is based around pressure into the body. It's always an inward pressure, which is necessary to achieve the results we need. But again, it's always pressure into the body. Cupping takes suction and takes pressure in the opposite direction, so it's a pulling force. And what that pulling force does, there are three tissues that it directly acts upon that end pressure also acts upon, but this acts upon it in the opposite and inverse direction. Skin, fascia, and muscle. Obviously, you know what your skin layer is, and then there's a layer of fascia, which is like a film, a transparent film that helps encase the body, and then beneath that is obviously the muscles. So the suction itself literally separates all three layers as opposed to the inward end pressure that compresses these three layers. And in massage therapy, we're constantly going to talk about the importance of hydration and circulation. And as these three layers separate with the cupping, more water, more blood can get into the tissues itself, because that's just common sense. If you think about three layers of anything, as they're opened up, anything open can accept more. The other concept that is really cool in my mind, but definitely necessary, is the force concept of gravity on the body. So gravity, we don't look at gravity in our day-to-day lives as a force acting on you, as a force that you have to resist. But it is acting on myself right now. It's acting on Reagan. It's acting on Jill behind the camera. And the proof of that is that none of us are floating away. So it's a necessary force, but it can be a negative force. Which explains why maintaining a healthy weight is so important, because weight is expressed by weight equals mass times gravity. So unpacked, that means the less weight you have, the less mass you occupy, and the less gravity is acting upon your body, less joint pain, less health issues, because you're minimizing the force of gravity. That said, as that force, no matter who we are, acts on the body, we have an internal system of suction via our circulation. If you picture a boat moving through water, the boat drags water from behind it in the form of a wake. That applied to our body, as the heart pumps, it pulls blood and water through the system, causing suction. So as I move my arm out here, notice that my skin does not go towards the ground. That's because not only am I secured in tissues, but I have a natural internal suction system keeping me compact, constantly fighting against the force of gravity. So cupping provides relief and release from a constant combat of the body and the force of gravity. And again, going back to the pressure into the body, it's very unique. It's a very unique and relieving feeling to have the force of gravity removed. So in quick demonstration, I'm going to show how that works directly with trigger point, because obviously here at Treatment we do not charge extra for cupping or Stone's reflexology, because we believe that they're necessary to achieve maximum results. So we found a way to have that in your service, and you are going to see why in just a second. So as I warm the tissue up, which we always do, I'm going to go through, and I see Reagan has some trigger points or not. How does that feel?
Great.
Okay. All right, so I found a couple trigger points embedded in the rhomboid tissue. So I'm going to work through it, warm it up. And as I begin that, I am going to apply cup number 1 to separate tissue. And if you move in here, Jill, you can actually see the tissue going into the cup. So just that brief warm-up has brought a lot of circulation to the area. As it surges to this area, bring the blood and water into the cup, away from the body, and then move it in a clockwise direction across her trigger points. And the result is moving through muscle fibers, cleaning them out, and also promoting a lot of circulation to the spread open layers of skin, fascia, and muscle. And after a quick run through with cups, trigger points are even easier to find, so we'll hold ever so briefly. Going to repeat here. And this combination of trigger point, also known as neuromuscular therapy, combined with cupping, is, in my opinion, the most efficient and effective way to relieve trigger points from the body, because of the maximum circulation in the minimum amount of time, and how it exposes the trigger points, bringing them to the surface, making it easier for the therapist to detect and facilitate restoration. Okay. For demonstration purposes, I believe that's good for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, and there will be a next time.